Hey there, folks. Hey there, folks. I'm Zerfall. Welcome to Wario Land 2. Thanks to Dave for hosting this event. You can see I just cleared the data here. It's a little bit weird with this game. You have to start it from a just cleared, unless you're skipping the cutscene. And we don't want to skip the cutscenes. This game starts with 2.5, 3 minutes of sitting around. So let's start the time now and get into it. This is Wario's castle, and for those that don't know, Wario got his start in Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins, which is a game I really liked. But then I played a little bit of Wario Land 1, which is Super Mario Land 3, and I did not like that game. But at the end of that game, Wario, if you beat the game the right way, he gets a castle. That's all he wanted during the Super Mario Land game. He just wanted his own castle, and now he's got it. But he stole treasures from people to get them, and one of those people was Syrup, the pirate, and she's back for revenge. She's getting her treasure back. She's sending her minions to mess with him. It's in contention for your favorite game. It is not in contention for my favorite game. I don't know why, but I bounced off the series on Wario Land 1. With the Game Boy... Oh, don't accidentally hit that. With the Game Boy games, I got a Game Boy relatively early on. I had Tetris, Super Mario Land, the original. It wasn't anything like the Mario games for the Nintendo. But, you know, it was Mario on the go. It was great. I got Super Mario Land 2. I beat that game, you know, every, 2 or 3 times a year, probably, because I only had so many games for the system at first. And I played Wario 1 at a friend's house. And I'm going to put my controller down here just to make sure. We don't want to accidentally touch a button. We'll have more time to talk about Game Boy history in a second. But our alarm's going off, and the point of this level is to turn off the alarm. And this is why I'm sad I bounced off the Wario Land series, because one of my favorite things in video games is alternate routes, alternate endings, and letting you do the weird thing to get them. And the point of this level is you're supposed to, wake up and go turn off the alarm. If you choose to do nothing, you beat the level. You certainly don't have enough coins to do the treasure game. And the game moves on. So now we're on a side route. And this is the type of stuff I like. Although it would make this game very hard to 100% as a kid. But you'd get so much gameplay out of it. So the gameplay will be starting after this cutscene. But if you are looking to speedrun this game, you are allowed to have a save state that lets you skip that first part and just have to watch this cutscene every time. But you still have to sit through this every single time. It's the lesser of two evils. But yeah, so we're going to get into this now, and the gameplay is going to start. Whoops. And we're already messing up. Luckily, I have some extra time today because of the way things have gone. So we won't have to worry too much about that. This game's a lot about managing your little checks and stuff. And your bounces off of guys. I almost got hit there, but I didn't. This is one of the first kind of hard tricks here, and I'll probably mess it up the first... Oh, no, got it on the first try. But this one I can't get this one. I gotta wait till they stop being angry. And even then. So we won't have enough coins for the minigame again, which is good because we don't want to do it. But let's get around those guys. Oh. Ended up on the wrong side of that guy. It was a close call. There's a lot of little movement things in this that are actually pretty hard. And a lot of things like that where, in practice you get them every time, but then as soon as you start playing in front of everybody, gets a little trickier. But we're only going to be using We're only going to be using 2 of the transformations in this game. Oh, and we actually did have enough coins. I guess I messed up less than I normally do. But we won't be playing any minigames. We're not here for the treasure. Poor Wario. We're not doing any of the things he wants. We're just trying to get through the game as fast as possible and kick Syrup out of his castle. So we're on our way back into the castle. And once we get back in, we're just going to kick him out. And it's a much, much shorter route than actually playing the game proper. Here's another little tricky bit here. I went a little too high, unfortunately, there. But we need to break all these things to get up to this zone. Oh, I missed it. Sometimes I find these rooms are easier to get through the second time if you just reset them. So normally you can do good jumping, but instead I like to just damage boost through that because it makes it a lot easier. Here's a bit of a tricky part though. We need to use this guy's fire. Ah, but I missed it. But we need to use it and break this thing at the same time so we get down to the bottom. If we use it at the top, we can't go through. So hopefully he comes over and gets mad at us again just at the right time. There we go. We gotta jump a few times here to get the timing right, or else we won't be at the right spot when the fire runs out. But you have to use fire to get through fire bricks. Poor Wario. The pain is his progress. But we'll be using a couple more of those little things along the way here. These bats are actually one of them, but... but we'll be using them in the next level to sneak through some kind of tricky areas. Oh, he got me! This is why I left my estimate at 15 minutes instead of... Somehow that killed that guy. He must have screen wrapped or something just right. That's weird. Oh, actually, here's where we'll be using the bats. So, up here, these other bats will stretch you out. These guys will crush you, and you get pancaked. But when you're pancaked, you flutter. So here we are. We have to flutter into this little spot, and luckily if you just hold right, it goes in. And then we can use water to rehydrate ourselves. Staying hydrated is important, whether you're streaming or you're Wario. Speaking of which, take a sip. This next stage is our first boss we're going to face. Oh, I almost went in the wrong door. This is a bit of a maze stage, so if you know which way to go, it doesn't take much time at all. But if you go the wrong way, it messes you up. There we go. So we're going to be fighting a little spear dude, and if we can get down at the right time... Ah, it was off by a tiny bit. You can actually quick kill him there, but unfortunately I missed the bounce. There we go. If you hit him in just the right spot the first time, you just hold down and you beat him. Alright, now that we're in the castle, we're going through the Grand Hall here. Oh, I missed it. If you jump just right there, you'll get over those spikes on the way. Alright. So we've got another little spinning trick here, but not nearly as complex as the last one. And then if we slide through here, we can squeeze past this guy. Oops, I gotta get my jump at just the right time to give us enough height to get up to the next level without having to go all the way around. I could be doing a few more dashes, but if I do them, sometimes I overshoot where I'm trying to go. And also, if you hold up here, you jump higher in this game, so there's a few times where you've got to be secretly holding up. The way the game kind of does it sometimes is if you jump and then jump again, you do an extra tall height jump. But if you just stand still and hit up, You can get the high jumps going. And Wario makes a bit of a face. We'll see that during the last boss fight, which is going to be coming up pretty soon. And when we fight the last boss, it's a metal version of that spear guy. Okay, we need to make sure we don't accidentally break any of these, or else we have to take a much longer route around the game. Alright. This is the last kind of tricky room. Because of these birds. They're a little tricky to get around sometimes. Whoops. And if you miss your jump on the boost, you will go right back down. I did it twice! Normally I bounce off that guy. I'm going to take the easier way here and just slow it down a bit. Sometimes you gotta go slow to go fast. Alright, this is the second last room. You just kind of go to the right. Whoops, wasn't supposed to grab him. And here's the boss fight. We're going to be fighting Syrup. But to fight Syrup, we have to beat up her little minion, who is invincible unless he's charging. So we're going to stand here a lot. And here is Wario's upward face. He's ready to jump. Alright, this guy is going to slow down, and if I start at just the right time, we can get a quick kill. Didn't get all three. So we'll have to go through one more cycle here. And time will be when this big boss dude hits Syrup at the top there. Time. So, it's far from my worst run. If you accidentally bump into that guy's spear, he doesn't kill you or anything. He just launches you to the top of the room, and the only way back is to walk through the last room again. But that's our time. Wario's got his castle back. It's the quick way to beat the game. You don't go on an adventure at all, and if you don't get any treasure, I mean, Wario's not going to be happy about it, but we are. I'd like to thank Dave again for hosting this event and giving me something fun to do the last week. I'm big into Nintendo games, or into Game Boy games. I actually have a modded original Game Boy that can do VGA out, and I considered maybe playing this on original hardware, but the Game Boy Color version is the superior version to play. So, this is what we've done. Wario's got his castle back, all is well in the world. And maybe one day he'll get some more loot, but for now he gets some more rest. And that's pretty much the game. Time for the credits roll. So, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for the GGs. And enjoy the rest of the stream. I hope you all have a wonderful day.